Hello everyone, and welcome to Auditorium A, Scottish Summit. Well, you know the drill, it's 11 a.m. and we are go for boosting productivity in Microsoft Teams with Power Platform. I don't know what I thought when I was inventing the title, it's a very long one, but hey, I think all the keywords are there. And in the session description I also promised a lot of demos, they will be live. Of course, so I have some slides, some theory, or however you want to say that, and then we will, of course, go and check out how my demos failed today or not. And of course, as I said earlier to the audience here, I have some candy, come on and grab it. I need to lose some weight, I can't eat them all, come on, help me out here. Alright, but first, of course, we want to thank our sponsors. Because without the sponsors, event like this Scottish Summit wouldn't happen, and we especially love the sponsors providing food and drinks and stuff, but also the facilities and everything. So thank you for them. Microsoft is a big one, and of course some other companies as well. So check out their booths. There's plenty of things to explore, and I think they have swag. So swag run is something we always love and do. My name is Vesa Nopanen. Everyone generally calls me Vesku. I'm a principal consultant for future work and metaverse at Sulava, which is part of the Broad Horizon group. So it's a kind of Central European group with 10 different companies, and Sulava was just acquired a few months ago there. But it's a great group to be part of. Some people may know me, I'm an evangelist on Microsoft Teams and now on the metaverse side. I'm a blogger, mymetaverseday.com, and before that it was myteamsday.com, so the name just got longer. And I'm also a speaker in several events like this. And I've been part of creating some of the events of our own, so I was part of the Teams Nation organization group, and we have something new coming, which is of course called the Metaverse One. And I'm also running, or co-founder and co-runner of the Finnish Teams community, so-called TeamsFit. So we have the stickers there, of course. I have plenty of experience in the IT business, and with the cloud I've been working since 2012, so that's about 10 years now. And I hail here from Turku, Finland, so which is on the southwest side of Finland at the moment. So, and if you fancy QR codes, that's my LinkedIn profile. Okay, all right. The agenda is simple one. I didn't want to make it very lengthy and boring. Just some theory, some demo, lots of demos, hopefully, and some productivity takeaways. Sorry. But first, before we kind of deep dive to that, I want to know, in your mind, shout out, what's blocking or preventing the personal productivity automation in Microsoft Teams?
I don't see the presence of all my contacts.
You don't see the presence? That's killing your productivity? Okay. Anything else? Yeah?
They think Teams is not strong enough to do it.
Okay, so they don't think Teams is strong enough for productivity.
They cannot run on multiple AD accounts.
Yeah, we can go to the multiple accounts and stuff. That's why you already know on the demos that I have several edge profiles I use.
You cannot save the conversation after some meeting to some file or something.
Saving the conversation. Okay, there's more.
Motion tools?
Sorry?
Motion tools, so people actually know.
Hey, I think that's the answer I was looking for, more or less. People don't know how you can increase your personal productivity in Teams, and I was referring to the automation, how you can make things easier, how you can save some copy-paste stuff. And people don't really know. It needs to be easy for everyone. And with Teams, Power Platform, hey, it's easy. People just don't know about it. So we need champs. We need champions who create the examples, and of course, they show the people, okay, how it's done. Hey, do you know it's here? And share some success stories, how these are very helpful, and share them with others. But of course, if IT has been blocked Power Automate or that other stuff, then you are out of luck. So IT, please don't block this. But there's so many things you can do with things, like you can act based on a message, and you can do those things easily. Or you can create custom notifications to keep people up to date. So basically what I'm after here is that you don't have to copy paste things, you don't have to do that much manual work if you know what's available easily. And this comes from the end user side and going towards for the team and organizational side, because there are many levels where you can do things. So you can act on teams and channels, and you have, if you are familiar with Power Automate, if you are not yet, you will be in a moment, but the thing is that you can interact with teams through the automation a big time. So basically, use the boosting tool. And well, we are sometimes frustrated because we can't get something done. It's not counting that multiple account issue. Well, you find a way. You have to have the curiosity. Frustration can lead to that. If it doesn't, you just throw away the computer or something like that. You don't progress that fast. But basically, then you want to learn. You want to learn, okay, what I can do if you have any idea that you are getting started. And then you can start, okay, perhaps I can do this, boost that a bit, boost something else, and then we can go towards our productivity side journey. So, if you want to boost something, what you would do in Teams? Besides multiple accounts and that kind of performance is not in the topic here either. We are talking about how do you automate something like make life easier even a little bit.
One button to save the conversation after
one button to save the conversation to the file. You're almost in luck. We are very, very close to that. Because one of the issues or the kind of things that has been there, let me see if this works, is basically storing the messages in Teams Note, or your personal one if you want. But that's something you can accomplish really easily with Teams, because hey, it's a matter of a few clicks basically. And you can do that, and then you can start using that easily. Snoozing the message, whoever has that kind of a need, you either mark it on red, or you want to get back to that in a specific time, or hour later, or 2 days later, or something like that, so you don't forget. That's something I get a lot, like, hey, how can I have that without making a task out of it? Or creating a lead. That's something we do at Sulava as well. So if there's an interesting conversation, hey, let's throw this to the sales team so they know about it. This might be a good lead. Let's get progress, adding things to tasks. Approvals. Hey, I need some approval, lightweight approvals. I'm not talking about those huge business processes here, at least not yet, and not in this session, but you can get approvals for sick leave, for example, if you want. Automating the form processing. Somebody is, you have a form, you have responses, but then they are at forms. Do you want to put them to the SharePoint list? Do you want to put them to the Dataverse? Do you want to notify someone based on the responses? Do they need to be approved before they are accepted to the conference? You can kind of go through with that if you want. But of course, what I love is the little bots that can help people. You can have a conversation or some kind of conversation. The thing is that with bots compared to the pages, of course you can create FAQ pages, you can create, let's create a ticket to IT pages, but the thing is there that you can't really use them on Teams mobile. So when you are mobile, the text and bot is making a lot more sense. So basically, just a few building blocks. What's the productivity? Productivity building blocks in Teams. Of course, Teams itself. You have to know about some of the out-of-the-box features that can really help. But of course, the Power Platform and templates. That's the way how you are getting started. And when you are sharing them with your colleagues, that's when they can reuse them. And that's something that's really important. So not everyone needs to do that. So, of course, I will go to demos. That was plenty of talk already. 10 minutes. So I promised mostly demos here, so that's how I get going. So first, of course, I have some text here and be testing out and making sure things work. But the things people want to do is create a task. And this is one of the out-of-box features. Most of the people know about this. You can just go there to the message, and in the more actions you can create a task. This has been available for a while. So, well, okay, I should have taken a mouse with me, but I didn't. Okay, let's create a task, and you can add that to your personal to-do or to any planner you want. This is the very simple thing. You just have to know about that. You can put a due date, and you can just put it to some planner with what is there, and a priority, and put the text message. This is just something people need to be aware about, because it's slightly hidden after 3 dots and then going to more. So you have to know about its existence, but it can save a lot of time. I very often save this when I want to get back to the message. I just add the task to my to-do, because it includes the link. So you can come back to the message afterwards, and I can, hey, I need to get back to this in Wednesday, for example. That's a very simple thing to do. I used to do a lot for my tasks, so that's when I have the due date and I go to do it daily, it will come up as a suggested task for today, because it's a due date. So on Wednesday I know, okay, this was something I need to do. And that's one of the important stuff. Then people are usually putting messages to several, where we can of course post a message and say something like Scottish Summit, I can use, there is candy on the first row. Yes, there is. And there's also here, nobody has taken them, I'm shocked. Usually people love that stuff. Come and grab it. Salmiak is a bit more different, but there's marmalade and meats and chocolate. And this is something we want to share this message to different teams. So we can post it in multiple channels. This is something people don't always know about either. This is the other out-of-the-box feature I want to show. I can just go and there's a Scottish Summit demo, yes, I can put there, and I can put that to the Scottish Summit feed that has been shared. So I just select the teams and channels and just throw it there and post the message. Then it will go to multiple teams. I don't have to copy paste. The bad side is, of course, that we are getting the replies on each of those things, so we are not really up to date yet. But if we go and check the Scottish Summit feed, yeah, it's there, and then I put the Scottish Summit demo, yes, that's there. What is more interesting is the new feature that's in the preview is the shared channels. Have you heard about shared channels? Yeah, some. So you can create a channel and create it as a shared one. I don't have a public preview on now, so it won't be showing. I don't want to demo that now. There's a reason why I don't have it. But I can still access the shared channels. It's the Scottish Summit feed is here, and then we can see it's on the other team, and I could share it with the individual persons. So if I go to the Scottish Summit feed and just post a message here, just normally, breaking the etiquette, no title, and going to the other team where this has been shared, I can see the message. So this is a very efficient way also to use in internal communication. That's why I, for example, have this HR example, HR news and questions. So HR team has created the shared channel under their team. And they have shared that to multiple places, like they could share that to the Scottish Summit. If they post something, it's there. Or if I would go and post it to team I own, for example, I can do that. And because I'm the owner, this is the easiest part. And I just post it to everyone here in this tenant. Okay, cannot be shared. Of course, that's a good demo effect. Let's put it to effective topic. Bot team, and it will share it there. So you can share it with the organization-wide team, but everything else goes. And now if I go there, I can see there's this channel, and whatever HR is sharing, it could be there, and you could ask questions from HR. And for HR people, they could be answering the questions throughout their team. It's a great feature, learn about that. But this was not about out-of-the-box features for too much, just a few ones to get you to understand there are things in Teams you can use just by teaching people how to use them and thinking about the shared channel strategy. That's a really powerful tool, even if you just use it internally inside your organization. But power-ups. And I don't know how many knew that, but Power Up templates are now available in Teams Store. So if I go to the Teams Store part and go and click on the workflows, and this is a very good way you can see, hey, I have lots of templates available for me. They are categorized, so I can go and pick different categories. The most often used are basically the editor's picks. So this is a very easy way. Hey, what's available? What I can do? Follow up on a message. I want to get back to this message later. That's something I could be doing. And for example, create a planner task if there's a to-do in the channel message. And forwarding email to channel, welcoming new team members, sharing the bio, scheduling a message or reply. So you can do lots of things very easily by getting help from one of these templates. You don't have to know much or anything except to your team and stuff. You don't have to even open the Power Automate in many cases. So you can get started using it. There's the other place where we can get started using them is that, okay, let's go to and pick up this conversations, got this summit here, and I can go to 3 dots, more actions, and there's a hard to get. That one is a create new action. It's big enough, yeah? So if I hit the create new action, I can do something based on that message. It just takes me to the similar place I was at there. This is doing something based on a message. So it knows which message it was clicked on. So, and like saving message to OneNote. Hey, you wanted to save the thread, but we just start with one message. Sorry, you can then improve that. We can save a message to OneNote. It goes through my connections. I can hit next, and then I choose the OneNote. Okay, let's go for the Scottish Summit this time. And I can see the sections. There's the Summit section. And add workflow. That's like, if you are not presenting, it's like, I don't know, 15 seconds. You create a flow. You don't have to know anything. And then I can run it. Okay, now it's basically running. What it's doing, it's creating a new action. Hey, let's put something like live demo here. And we are using that create new action, so we are adding a note to that. And that was basically the power of the template, because it tells me now in the message that, hey, you have a new, I have added it to the OneNote, so you know something has happened. And if I go to the Scottish Summit team and to the Summit, which is basically the OneNote, I don't see it here yet, but I have it in here, message from Vesa, and this is the message that was in there. This is a very easy way, if you think about the team, is that I'm putting something, saving something for the team. I want to save this message. It might be a knowledge base, because after it's in OneNote, it's in search, and so you can find the information very easily. And it's not limited to Scottish Summit team. I started it there, but let's go and see the feed. Okay, the candy is on the first row. Yes, we can go and, all right, not on the shared channels. That was a bad example here. Where did I post it originally? In here probably. That's what happens when you start thinking new demos on the fly. Okay, I have that one, candy on the new floor. Yeah, it's not working on shared channels, but on the other ones. Is that I can go there and I can see more. This just needs some like clicking, very careful clicking around, and I should have it in here, and it's not available yet for some reason. It may take a few moments or refresh. That's the thing with some of these actions, that they sometimes take a few minutes before they appear in the menu, but it will be there sooner or later during this presentation. Sometimes they are quick and sometimes they are giving me a hard time. Okay, let's see if it's there. Is it the, no, it didn't. Let's got this OneNote. Was it that one? No, that's the previous one I did. But the thing is that it's not limited to the single team. I could go here The social watch, for example, I have no idea, it's coming from Twitter. So I have some messages here and I could go and pick some of them and just, it's not even visible here yet. No, that's bad. Some demo effect, but that's basically something I did earlier, anticipating this one, just a note. And I can do it from any team because I have access to that flow. It's the message and I can go there and let's see, okay, it's adding something and it should be again in the OneNote. So, and it's not too difficult. It's not, there's no from because it's coming from the bot, Twitter, so there's no person, but it's including the message and so on. And how does it look? If we want to go there, well, we have to save message to OneNote, the one we did, but it didn't appear yet. And then we can go ahead and edit it. Very normally, we don't have any issues there. Okay, and it's just using these actions for selected message. There's an adaptive card, so it can ask things. You can create a card, what do you want to know, add stuff, then create a page. There's just, it's basically HTML, what you put to OneNote. And this is the last one that's just telling me in a chat, hey, there's a new, I just stole it. So it's a really easy way to start learning as well. And there's, of course, other examples that are really fun to use. I don't want to spend too much time here, but let's go and use the follow-up message. I think that would be, I think I saved that or I deleted that. This is the moment you all like, yeah, there it is. Follow up a message. That was another template. I didn't change anything. Come on, click it. And no, I didn't click it. No. The tricky part with this is this. Okay, there. Hitting the right spot with the mouse. Time, yeah. Let's be quick and remind. There, yeah, I still have 20 seconds. And so I can make a notification, hey, come back to with me about that message later. So in just, hopefully in just less than half a minute, I will get the notification. And now I got it. That, okay, there's the message I wanted to get back to. And instead of having a link to click, it just goes to my feed. There's this functionality or action in Power Automate that I can post something to your team's feed. So I can put some text there and it will just take me there. As you can see, the reminder text is there as well. So I can put whatever I want there and put back to that right place in the team or in a group chat. And that's already in that template. So if you go there and dig it out, you can see what's it doing. And again, you can learn and you can change things. That's the real beauty. And there was the one that says ask for a buyer from a new team member. So when somebody is added to the team, you are asking for a buyer. So let's add a member and let's put Pekka here, Pekka Demo Man, who's our designated victim of the day. Okay, and Pekka is not wanting to come, doesn't want to come to the team, but yeah, he is. And now what's happening at the background is that there's going to be a flow that's listening, or trigger that's listening, is somebody added to the team, and we do something based on that. And a trick to make it run faster is, of course, that we open the flow. There's team greeting and NDA. I've created a different name. Not every one of these runs was so successful always, but that's when you create this. You can start running the flow manually because this will speed up the trigger. So if you have some kind of trigger, you can put it into listen mode and then it starts listening. I did in this other way, but it should be basically now catching it up and starting to do this. And what it's doing now, it's sending a message to Pekka that, hey, come on, you are coming to the member of a new team. You need to create, do an approval. And So we can create an approval very easily in Power Automate. We just put some information to whose that is, what's included in the approval, can it be delegated or not, and then we ask like putting a adaptive card there and wait for the result. So for Pekka, we can see, okay, I have audio on, is that Pekka has a message from Power Automate. Hey, welcome to the Scottish Summit team. There's some practices and NDA, just links to documents, it's nothing. Okay, and I'm not even opening that in this one, but you can write anything you want, and you could just hit the approve here, or you can go and see the approval that was created in the Power Automate. And so this was a bit extended from that asking for a bio. So we just get, do you approve for the NDA? Yes, we do. We are already in a team anyway. And then we are getting another message or notification that, hey, Pekka Demoman is in the team. It's been mentioned. And in the chat, we can go ahead and, hey, tell us about yourself. This is the bio part. This is what it does, the template itself. Just telling us something like, tell us about yourself. Let's having some candy at this summit. And so I don't have time to write my bio, but I can reply. That's the adaptive card. Get the response, and we just write that directly to the team. So the bot is doing the writing. So this is something you can ask for more engagement from people. And so what we are doing here, well, it's not much. We just have the condition. Okay, let's go to edit mode. It's going to be easier for you. Posting adaptive card to the person, because when we create an approval, we get the adaptive card. It's really easy to post. That's why these are very basic names. I didn't change the names much here. We are waiting for that, and if he approves, we get an @mention token and we post the message. And if not, then we terminate that, remove from the team, and just posting adaptive card for asking for the bio. And if you want to create your own, there's this adaptive cards IO/designer. You can create it, and then you can copy paste the JSON. And come here, we have the response, and we just reply that to the channel. And as you can see, it's not that well formatted, so we go for the code and we can see what's inside. So that's kind of a very easy way to get started there, and doing a bit more do more with the flow than just template. Or we can go and go for social watch and take away endless gifts. No, that's not good. Let's go for there. That's something about the metaverse, and we can ask a question. I have created this. This is a kind of a bit similar one, just notifying the team or asking about the team. This could be a ticket. This could be so if it's a ticket, it would notify IT team and create a task. Or this could be a question for HR. Is this message really relevant? So watch this one, and we just post it there based on the message, and we get the message to Scottish Summit. And this is a question to responsibles. That's a tag, and so you have a team tag for people who belong to that tag, just me. So they are automatically notified, getting the message, and we can get the link to the source, so we can go to the original message. This is something like tricky you can do. You don't have to start copy pasting, and you can do things. Asking a question, it's not that much, but of course, what about if we add a task? And let's go, and I should have a kind of a. Let's add a task. We could be adding to Summit tasks directly. So why we would create adding a task action of our own if we have create a task to the OneNote? Well, one reason might be that not everyone has access to the IT tickets planner, so they are using different identity, and it goes directly to IT tickets. So we could ask, what's the task? What's this one? I can type today, and then we just put the due date, okay, it's today, and we submit. We could have different fields there. What it does actually here is that it's then sending that it's creating a task, but it's sending that to the Scottish Summit planner, and we could do something else like posting it to the team, whatever we want to do. And just for kicks, I have something interesting is like where's the I think was it the invoke process? No, it was on the team, so let's just wait. But what I have is that there's one trigger when planner task is added. It's listening to that. So the task is already added, but the trigger takes a while, some minutes perhaps. I will go forward with the other things. But it will post a message adaptive card again to this team to ask, okay, who's going to take this task for themselves. So you know that there's a new task added. I could write a message, I could put that there already, but the task is there, but we just don't have the person to pick it up yet. And so it will appear there in some moments, but it wasn't very kind of a special flow. Let's put there, there's the add summit tasks, and what we do is just the same. We have for selected message, we ask for information, we can have the adaptive card, we can edit the information, and then we can reuse that when we are creating the task title and due date. Just put there, updating something, and then we are going to be posting the adaptive card on Chattel channel. Yeah, actually did that one and into chat, but then there's going to be the other one, listening for new tasks. Okay, it's not out yet, but so I don't let it. I just let it be there for a while, because the other thing was important is that, okay, what can Pekka do now? Not that Pekka, there is Pekka, and so Pekka doesn't have that many flows available. They just have a few things like ask a question. They don't have access to those until I go and share it. So if I want Pekka to share messages to Team OneNote, I can go with the run only users, and I can share it easily so that, okay, let's put Pekka here. I could put a team. Everybody who is here in the team can use that. So individual user, or perhaps everyone who's at the Scottish Summit team. And connections are important. Now, this is either user connection, so they can use their own connection, their identity when they are running it, or if I'm saving to OneNote, I might be using my own identity. So Pekka may not have access to the planner or OneNote, so we could do that, and it kind of disappeared from there for a weird reason. But so they have access because they are in there. Okay, outside this flow, yes. Let's not click anywhere else. And then we can share it to Pekka, and Pekka should be now be able to, or in a few moments when this updates again, it takes some time, but when he has the access, we can start saving things. Sometimes refresh helps, sometimes it just takes some time and before it appears. Nope, not yet. No luck today. Everything is slow today. But that's the part, you share them. They don't have to know how to create these follow-upping messages, something like that. You just create them and you start sharing. And since I will be running hot more or less, I will go for the other, but hey, that has appeared. It took a while, but it's there. Like I just had this, assigned this task to me. This came from one customer case when they were asking, okay, somebody's adding us tasks and we don't even know about them. Yes, we could be writing to the channel, but they can't be missed. But this is writing to the channel and making it easy for a person to pick it up. So if I go ahead and click this, assign this to me, and go for submit tasks, and now it should show it's assigned to me in here. So that's kind of a very easy way, because what's there is that just a flow, and it will wait that when there's a response to the adaptive card, I take that person, okay, who was the person involved in that, and we just update the planner with the responsible person. Okay, now we can go for bots. Bots are also fun because, of course, when we start creating bots, this basic Power Automate bots, they are, well, they can be fun, but they are very easy to create. Something that's really helpful for people is that you can go and start creating a questions and answers bot. There are several ways to do it. One of the ways to do is that you just write every question and answer there, and you have some trigger phases. So if I go here, basically I have something ready, but if I would go and add a new topic, I can start writing the topics that engage that. Like let's put the word candy there. Let's put candy. Where is the candy? And I can put here the message like on the first row. Just something very, very simple. And I can save it. So I could create question and answers manually by this. It takes time, but it's very easy. Basically, HR people or somebody else could be doing that. And if I then go and publish it, it would be available through the bot, or I can just test it and ask it here, like, candy, where is it? And it may not work like this, but yeah, on the first row. So it can answer that. That's easy. We can do a lot of other questions there, like I have added some FAQs there, because there's this such as topics part. And this is a very powerful one. If you have a public URL, it can be a site, it can be a document, PDF, it can read. And for example, I use this Finland FAQ, and yeah, that's crazy, I know. And so you can just take the URL and paste it here, and it will go through the URL and try to find question and answer. It wasn't perfect on that URL, but it got some. And so it needed a bit of modification, but in here it suggested five fonts. I accepted already one, but if, let's say, can I speak English in Finland, I can just click at the topics. It will go to topics, and then I go for the existing topics, and I can activate that, and it will then get me the answer. And I can go ahead and, of course, before activating that, I can go ahead and change it. I can edit it. I can remove the annoying end of conversation there if I don't want them to ask things. And can I speak English in Finland, for example? I make a slight typo, but it doesn't matter because these are very smart on English language. But I forgot to save that, so that's why it's asking me the question. Yeah, but that's kind of very easy if you have that part. This is the very easy way to get a bot to have like Q&A bot to frequently asked questions there. And what about sauna? And we can just ask other questions that are there. So yeah, I don't have what about sauna question. It's about Finnish saunas. But as you can see, you can put photos, pictures there. And that's making it more live. I think it's much more fun. If I go for sauna topic, you just saw that there are some trigger phases, and then I have a sauna image, and I do that in flow, because I have to create a flow to get the picture to the Q&A, to the Power Virtual Agent bot, because it doesn't support images yet, at least. But if I go to this flow, I can create this inside. And what I really do here is I just return a couple of markdown messages, like having exclamation mark, the alt text, and then the link, and it will show that. Because that's kind of workaround. I have a blog post about that, and then I just put the variable. So you can make these look better. So you can have little things that make the bots look a lot better. And what else I created here? I have asking a question, and I have a ticket process. So, for example, I have a question, and this is something like, okay, you can ask for the question. Okay, this doesn't find the answer. You can, okay, I will relay this question to the team. What's the question? Okay, let's drop the candy, and then when we can have a lunch. So I can go ahead and ask about the lunch. And I have the annoying stuff there, so I can read that, everything goes well. But what happens now is that that question goes to the team, and it's posted here. So someone from the team can answer that, it doesn't matter who, and then the bot can send the proactive message. Now I get a message from the bot, because they can send messages to you without having the active conversation flow in the bot. That's a new feature in the Power Virtual Agents. So you can put that, and it just answers the question, and yes, it can be a GIF. The picture can be a GIF. So that's kind of something you can make these feel more like fun and close. And the ticket one, because I know somebody was asking about the ticket. Hey, you can create a ticket, and this just adds the task to the planner. So what's the issue? That I don't have a Surface Studio laptop. So yeah, it's a big issue. And so it will just create the question and to the ticket to the team, and I can go for the team to see the ticket. And it will come to the channel to ask for someone to pick it up. It went to the tickets bucket. Because it's really easy to start adding these using Power Automate. You can add more stuff. But to make things more interesting, there's this employee FAQ PVA template available at GitHub. This came out during build, so just a few weeks ago. And sorry, this was older one. This is 12 months, so this came through, I don't know, last summer somewhere. I had missed it totally, but it's a kind of a very ticket style FAQ bot as well. So it works as a template. Yeah, you can put some gifs to the hi message and everything. I like to make them more friendly, and this can have like this talk to agent, like hey, ask a question. Question title, typos, and text here. I'm not putting anything else. So it will go and put these to the database. This is all built in the package. I didn't change anything else but put the GIF there, basically. And so I can ask for the status, and it will go and check out what kind of status of the tickets I have created is there. So I can check the all or active ones that hasn't been resolved. And I can see them there in a moment, and it can show, okay, something is resolved, who resolved it, what's open. And if I go to the FAQ bot team, there's also a Power app that comes with the template, and it will add it here, and then we have some kind of we have a couple of active tickets here as well, but so we can see what kind of feedback was given. But they didn't create kind of interactions on that. But instead I have these here in the team. They come as adaptive cards. As you can see, adaptive cards are really important on these cases. All right, so we can resolve things, do that. That's a really easy one. And just to make my last minutes more interesting is that I have another demo tenant, a couple of more advanced bots that I used, like calling in sick process. And it's, as you can see, you can use a menu. So if you say, hi, what's available in the bot? Are you sick? Yeah, it's just a final confirmation that something's happening. And how many days I'm away? 5 days sounds like a good hangover, time. And message, very sick after the summit. And what's happening is now it's taking that process further. So it's going for the bot. It's telling, okay, hoping we speedy recovery, and it notes from my Azure AD data from which city I am from, so it will get the healthcare information for me, relevant to me or the country, and then send me the information. Okay, this is what I sent to your manager. I could actually ask in the bot as well that who is my manager, because it goes for Azure AD, gets the information. So that info was sent to the Sulava admin. But since I'm my own boss as well, I have the approval request for this sick leave. It just creates that information, how many days, 5 days, and I can approve that. And what's happening next is that I'm using the Logic Apps and Azure AD API management because there's something you can't do always from inside the Power Automate without premium licenses. So what I did, I created a Logic app that will put my out of office automatically on. So if I go to out of office information, we can see I'm out of office for next 5 days. So it will go there and put it automatically, and since it's using the Azure API part, it's been published, so I don't have to use premium licensing for this. So that's happening there, and then the other bot, I'm not going to show the demo now, but there's the onboarding bot that will take through basically onboarding experience, ask some bio information, few questions, what kind of movies you like, generates automatically the welcome text, post that to the team when it's approved by the HR team, and then creates automatically a meeting with the HR and adds some tasks and information you need to go through. So this is kind of stuff you can take the Power Automate to the next level by using Power Virtual Agents, by using the Power Automate and add more there. And that's really important. Since I only have kind of a few ending stuff to do, those were kind of bunch of demos, and most of them work very nice. It's basically coming to the productivity Nessie. We start with the templates and we learn from them. And then go there to customize templates to our needs. So we can make easy changes. We want to change some wording there, but for normal end users, they would use templates. They may not learn them from them, but they have to know about them because they know that saving those messages to the OneNote might be important and something you want to do. Then they start creating their own automations. They are curious, they want to learn more. Using approvals, other external processes. And as you saw, adaptive cards and Markdown can really enhance the experience and make it usable. And then you really start sharing. So, few notes, of course, use Power Automate to extend those little bots to make them bigger bots. And you can use Logic Apps to go beyond the premium licensing stuff and in there. But again, adaptive cards, that's something you really need. And did you learn anything? Some people learn. Excellent, I'm not telling you. Some resources, you can download the PDF from there, so you have the links. So these don't show the links, but there are things you can start learning from. These are kind of important stuff. And as a takeaway, just something I have done. Basically, sharing makes you a legend. Yeah, you are a legend in your company if you start creating these, starting for sharing. But the key thing, these automations, these boostings are for everyone to use because they are really simple. People just don't know about it. And you can get started, you can learn new things from those templates. Those are really good and they are adding stuff there all the time. And of course, Power Automate and Teams, this is the way. And sponsors, thank you. Yeah, this had to be done twice here. There's more, and of course, thank you. Never stop learning.